My name's Ben Fink. I live outside of Whitesburg, Kentucky. And when people ask me where I'm from, it's always a tough question because I was born in Washington, D.C., but lived there for 4 months. I grew up in Connecticut, but everybody but my two parents and one friend is pretty much gone from there. And I have lived in a whole bunch of places. And so the question about where home is and where I belong and all that has always been a real complicated one for me, and it goes way back. I tell people that I had no friends before I was 16, and I think a lot of that was I was just sort of in my head, and for a long time most people didn't know really how to communicate with me because I always want to talk about what I want to talk about, and so there's only so much people want to hear about musicals or James Bond movies or whatever my personal obsession was at the time. And so that was really a lot of my childhood until there's one summer. It was the summer before my senior year of high school, and I was lucky enough to study voice at Tanglewood that summer. It's the summer home of the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Amazing, amazing place. And at Tanglewood, I found all of these fellow nerds who were nerdy about all the same things that I was. And I was skeptical at first because no, this isn't right, and but they just kept wanting to do things with me and wanting to talk with me and laughing at my jokes, and I was laughing at their jokes. And anyway, I wasn't really quite sure what was happening until the night of the concert that we sang 4 weeks in. My parents came to visit. It was a couple hours from where I grew up, and we, I think, spent time together, just my parents and I, after the concert. And I came back at night, and I immediately, they let me out of the car, and I immediately went down to the laundry room because that's where all of my friends were, sort of the weird rejects, all hung out. And I open up that door, and they all just look at me, and they're all having Chinese food that they ordered, and they are so happy to see me, and they just it's like, hey, you're here. They invite me in, and they give me some of their Chinese food, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually home. And that was the first fleeting moment in my life where I thought, gosh, I belong here.